Dzień dobry, YouTube, I witamy to another episode of Atticus Eats. And my dear friends, we have a very special episode here for you all. I'm so thankful to say that this episode has been sponsored by my dear friend Alexis. You all know her. She has sponsored the Baskin-Robbins episode in the past. But for my birthday, back in June, I'm only getting to this now because summer. But back in June, Alexis sent me a gift card to a very special eatery that I have frequented many times throughout my life, and that is Popeyes Chicken. Louisiana Kitchen. Woo! Popeyes. Love that chicken from Popeyes. But she has issued me a challenge today. She went recently to go visit a Popeyes, and she has also visited Chick-fil-A and several other chicken eateries. And she has made the very bold claim that Popeyes officially has the best fried chicken sandwich, specifically spicy chicken sandwich. And so for my birthday in June, Alexis has issued me a Popeyes gift card with the instructions for the spicy chicken sandwich. We are going to try that today, and we are going to put Alexis's bold claim to the test. Is the Popeyes chicken sandwich, in fact, the best spicy chicken sandwich of all the fast food eateries? Let's go find out. Dzień dobry again, my dear YouTube friends, or should I say cześć. It is so fantastic to be here with you all, my dear friends, and oh my goodness, we're trying it, we're going for it. Love that chicken from Popeyes. I am so excited to try this today, you all. My friends, with this meal, I'm very grateful because it is still summer, and apparently Popeyes has the signature summer lemonades, and I scored the strawberry lemonade, but it's a frozen strawberry lemonade. You guys, I've already had this. It is beyond cool and refreshing. Cheers. Na zdrowie. Perfect level of chill. The texture, when you intake it, it's like the perfect sip of an Icy from Target, like an ICEE brand Icy. That's exactly the texture that it is. But you know how sometimes you'll get ices or snow cones and you'll take a sip of it and there's like an air gap and you don't quite get a whole bunch of flavor. You know, it's not a perfect sip. This has the consistency where no matter how many times you sip it, you get the perfect sip. Majorly cool and refreshing. I'm so happy to be having this now, y'all. Man, how awesome is this? Okay, so the other thing that we have here that we're going to try is the Popeyes brand blackened ranch. So it's their buttermilk ranch mixed with their Cajun sauce. It almost reminds me of the campfire sauce from Red Robin, but different. Very excited to try this. I just went ahead and got the combo meal for the spicy chicken sandwich. We have plenty of napkins for ourselves now and to add to our napkin stash later, because we always got to be thinking ahead, am I right? But let's go ahead and check this out here. There's some fries at the bottom of the bag, Cajun fries. Let's see how these bode. I remember these Cajun fries. When I was little, my mom and I used to go to Popeyes often because it was a place that we would go to where we used to shop when I was a little boy. And I think I would get something like, you know, kids' meal chicken fingers or something like that. But I would get these Cajun fries with it. The flavor is the same. Oh my goodness. That just reached down into the memory bank in a way I didn't know I remembered until now. That is so awesome. Alright, The fries are kind of all over the bottom of the bag, so I'm not going to worry too much about hoisting them up and showing them. Once we get to the blackened ranch and all that good stuff, you know, we'll partake in that. But we have the goods. Spicy chicken sandwich. This is a decent sized sandwich. Like, this is not a McDonald's hockey puck that they charge $17 for. You know what I mean? This is really good. This whole meal was only $9 and some odd cents with the tax. So not without the tax, with the tax. So that's pretty good in the scheme of things. A Wendy's spicy chicken sandwich, which up to this point I would consider my favorite spicy chicken sandwich, would be like $13, $14 for the meal. It's something absurd. Wow. Alright. Big honking pickle right there. That's impressive. Oh. Nice and warm. Looks like they got some sort of, what would you even call this? An aioli? Like mayo, aioli, flavored mayo on here. Okay. Let's see what we got. You guys. I'm pretty sure I just took a perfect bite. Wow. And it's got a little bit of heat to it. It's gentle for me because I'm pretty sure that I hurt myself when I was younger and I've deconditioned myself to spice. But, you guys, oh my word. Come here, napkin. You guys, look at that. Very, very tender. Very pleasant crunch of the breading. For the breading on the chicken. The bun is a little greasy. I am noticing that the bun is a little bit greasy. But Chick-fil-A's spicy chicken sandwiches are very greasy. Like, nauseatingly greasy. This isn't quite that bad, but it's very close. Mmm. Mmm. But the flavor. Mmm. The flavor here is very on point. Like, it tastes like fried chicken on a sandwich. It doesn't have that. Like, Carl's Jr. used to have an amazing spicy chicken sandwich, and now it just tastes like they ground up an entire chicken in a blender and formed its remains into a patty and fried it. That's not what this is. This is like they actually took a chicken breast, made fried chicken, and then just stuck it on a bun. And I really like the flavor profile. Yo, this is so good. Mmm. Mmm. Mm-hmm. Hurry. I know many of you are getting hungry right now. Hit pause. Get yourself some chow. Come back, sit down, press the play button, and we'll continue. I'll be here, don't worry. Wow. Mmm. Mm-hmm. Wow. Wow. I'm gonna set that down for just a moment. Hopefully it doesn't fall. That is insane. That's really good. It has a little bit of that Cajun spice flavor, which I do like. I feel it a little bit, like in the back of my throat, that's like, hi, I'm spice, I'm here. It's not super spicy. I feel like it could have just a little bit more kick to it. I think that's my only complaint. But I also know that I handle spice way differently than maybe some of you handle spice, right? And so I'm almost feeling like they balanced it well, because then anybody can have a spicy chicken sandwich. You know what I mean? It's really good. It's really good. So, oh. And plus, I mean, you gotta be careful. You don't want to have so much MSG that it'll kill an elephant. You know what I mean? Wow. We need to bust open the all-powerful Blackened Ranch. I want to see what this is all about. I'm curious like a cat. Interesting. Interesting. The label disintegrated, so I have to fight it. Okay, there we go. Come here, French fry. See how that looks like an aioli? Like a chipotle aioli almost, but it's Cajun. I've never had their regular buttermilk ranch, so I can't quite pick up as much of the notes as I probably could if I had known what that was like. No. Yeah. It's definitely peppery. You know what I mean? Like black pepper kind of deal. Not my favorite. Yeah. It's interesting. It's not quite my favorite. It's worth a try if you're a ranch connoisseur, you know? Like I am. Yeah, it's definitely worth a try. I'm still eating it. So, you know, it's not like it's awful or something. It's a mixture of the flavor of the French fries, too. Because they have kind of a smoky Cajun flavor as well. No. Almost lost it. But I didn't. My squirrel-like reflexes caught it. Alrighty. Wow. I will tell you what, friends. I'm going to cut the camera off right here. Let me finish eating. Once I do, I'm going to come back. I've got some more awesome fan questions, courtesy of all of you, including Alexis, actually. She asked one, excuse me, in the Discord server. And I'm going to be coming back here. We'll answer a good amount of questions. We'll keep having fun together. Don't go away. Holy cow. My friends, that was really good. I couldn't even finish my fries. They gave me a regular-sized fry, and there was a ton of fries. I didn't even get into the fries that were in the container. I just ate the fries that fell out and were in the bag. Yeah. And it filled me up. That was incredible. That was really, really, really good. So you guys know I always love to rate my food, especially when I'm trying something new. So that Blackened Ranch, you know, it's a concept, and they're trying to do something that's unique for Popeyes as a restaurant, right? So I'm going to give it a solid 5 out of 10 because they tried, you know? And if you really like that black pepper Cajun flavor, but you also like the cool creaminess of ranch, then that would be really good for you. You would enjoy that. I prefer more of the herbally, creamy, buttery flavor to ranch. And one of my absolute favorite ranches, if you want a scale that's probably anywhere, buy the 365 brand of ranch at Whole Foods. It used to be in a glass jar. Now they have it in a plastic squeeze bottle. But that's besides the point. That is definitely my favorite at-home ranch to buy. And then I have a very favorite ranch that I get from a particular restaurant. And I'm going to bring up that restaurant in a minute. But lots of air was swallowed, apparently, as I was eating that. Hence my belchage. So, the ranch was that. Those fries, they have a unique flavor because they're more of the Cajun fry. But they remind me too much of Wendy's fries now, as well as Burger King's fries, where they get really pasty when you're eating it in your mouth. And these were not very crunchy fries. They were very floppy. I am not a fan of floppy fries. I'll eat them if they're presented to me. But I strongly prefer fries that have a little bit of a bite to them. Crunchy on the outside, but not burned. Crunchy on the outside, soft on the inside. You know what I mean? Soft and warm and fluffy. That's the perfect fry to me. And actually, that's a good question. Comment down below, what are your favorite French fries, and how do you like your French fries? Because I brought that up with bacon. Bacon is a big deal for me. Bacon has to be crispy. It cannot be floppy and undercooked at all for me. It makes me nauseous. I need crispy bacon, right? Not burned bacon, crispy bacon, where you crunch, and it's a very satisfying crunch, but then it kind of melts in your mouth a little bit, right? That's my favorite kind of bacon. And I brought that up before. That's been a topic of conversation in the comment section before. But in the comment section, go ahead right now and write, what are your favorite type of fry? You know, cooking presentation. Do you have a place that you prefer it at? Fast food or restaurant or anything? What do you like? This frozen lemonade is hands down the best flavored beverage that I have purchased, that I've tried at a restaurant in all of my Atticus Eats videos. Across the board, all of them. This is even better than the awesome purple drink from Panda Express. This is way better. It's fresh. It's very bright. It has a perfect combination of like real lemonade and the nice cold strawberry. This is so very good, and it's even in California heat, right? End of August death weather. This is still staying cold enough that if I sip too much of it at once, I get a brain freeze. I love it. I love it. Very beautifully refreshing. Oh, so good. Now, the sandwich. I definitely have a tier system as far as my spicy chicken sandwiches are concerned. And man, McDonald's and Carl's Jr. spicy chicken sandwiches are definitely at the low end of that. I would say, and it used to be that the Carl's Jr. spicy chicken sandwich was my absolute favorite. And they've just changed over the years, like I mentioned earlier in the video. I would say that the Carl's Jr. / Hardee's spicy chicken sandwich is now probably a 3 out of 10, in my opinion. The McChicken at McDonald's is probably a 4.5 out of 10, maybe 5 if it's a good day. My top spicy chicken sandwiches, or fried chicken sandwiches, I should say, would definitely be the spicy chicken from Chick-fil-A, because of the Chick-fil-A sauce and because of how they do things. But it's really, really, really greasy. And I'll be honest, I have not gone to Chick-fil-A in a very long time because of how greasy Chick-fil-A is. As much as I love them as a restaurant and what they stand for and all that other good stuff, it's just too greasy. It's very nasty. And so for me, Chick-fil-A spicy chicken sandwich, that would be somewhere along the lines of like a 6.5 or a 7 out of 10. The Wendy's spicy chicken sandwich has been a favorite of mine for a long while. That one is a solid and consistent 8 out of 10. You get your lettuce, you get your mayonnaise. It's a very big, you know, hearty sandwich. Very tender, you know, good chicken, good breading, things like that. But even then, sometimes you can get a nasty one that has like a big knot of fat in it, or, you know, something about it is just really weird. And so there is some inconsistency with it, but not nearly as much as the other ones, right? Good flavor profile too, and got that little bit of kick of spice. But I am very pleased to say that this spicy chicken sandwich from Popeyes, with all of its flavor, is a solid 9 out of 10, in my opinion. If you haven't tried it and you're a fried chicken or a spicy chicken sandwich connoisseur, that's something that you enjoy, or maybe you're a parent watching this and your kids enjoy, I would highly recommend trying out this sandwich. And for the cost for getting a meal, obviously everything's expensive now, but compared to like a Wendy's spicy chicken sandwich, this is definitely worth the money in comparison, right? Comparing apples to apples here. So, you know, it's really good. It's a very good, I love the pickles on it. There were like 4 giant pickle wedges on that. And as a good Polish boy, I like my vinegary pickled food. Yeah, it was really good as far as the sandwich is concerned. The fries, again, were so was the ranch. But if I were to just pare it down even more and really save money, in all honesty, that sandwich would fill you up, because you guys saw the size of it. It's not the hockey puck from McDonald's, which it actually, I think, is probably smaller than a hockey puck at McDonald's, but that's besides the point. You could get away with just getting the sandwich and a drink, probably for a little bit cheaper, and you would still be, like, satisfied. The fries were really just an extra, and I kind of feel a little bleh, you know, from eating as much of them as I did. I didn't eat all of them. But yeah, long and the short of it, 9 out of 10. My absolute favorite fried chicken sandwich, and it's a fried chicken sandwich, it's not a spicy chicken sandwich, comes from a restaurant that I don't know if I'm going to do an Atticus Eats at this restaurant. That's why I'm not saying the name right now. I'll do research on that. Maybe I'll do an Atticus Eats on that restaurant at some point in time. But that fried chicken sandwich is amazing, because what they do is they make a fried chicken sandwich on their brioche bun, and they have a house honey mustard sauce that is to die for, and they have a pickle slaw. So it's a coleslaw, but it's not made out of cabbage, it's made out of pickles that you put on top of it, and then actual pickle slices. And that is the best 11 out of 10 fried chicken sandwich I've ever eaten in my life. It's the same restaurant that has the absolute best ranch. So maybe at some point I will do it, purely because I'm talking it up as much as I am right now. So we'll see. But don't hold me to it, but we'll see. But anyway, Alexis, thank you so much for sponsoring today's video. You're an absolute legend. Thank you very much for the gift card. And thank you for the recommendation on what to get. That was seriously, seriously awesome. I am thoroughly impressed. The sandwich made me thoroughly impressed. And this strawberry lemonade left me thoroughly impressed. On that note, we are going to go ahead and we're going to answer some community-generated questions from you all. I have a Discord server that is mostly, it's actually exclusively for the people who follow me on Twitch. And it's actually a private server. We highly vet people before we let them in. But if you want to come and hang out during a Twitch live stream, and you never know what might happen as we go through that process, definitely come hang out. The link to my Twitch is going to be in the description box below. And I go live on my Twitch channel every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 3 p.m. Pacific time. And we're changing up kind of what the games are that we're playing. We've completed a couple. We're going to be completing more. And then obviously as new games are coming out later on this year, we're going to have a lot of really awesome stuff to enjoy and play around with. It's going to be really cool. So, okay, we're going to go ahead. We're actually going to start on the Discord with Alexis. She posed a question. She is a mod on the Discord. And she asked a really cool question. And it seems like a simple one, but it's not. She asks, question, what does a typical Atticus daily routine look like? So I'm going to completely blow away any semblance of Hollywood that I may have. I don't. So pretty much I am definitely a creature of habit. I love my routine at home, especially with my mom. It's a comfort thing for me. I enjoy it very much. So pretty much I'm gonna answer this like the homeschool kid that I am. I'll be ultra specific. So pretty much daily routine is something like this. It depends on the day. Obviously, you know, appointments or different jobs come up, or I decide to make an Atticus Eats video, or I stream or something like that. But pretty much it goes something like this. I'll usually wake up. My mom and I, we kind of wake up pretty much at the same time. We've always sort of lived on farmer time. We're morning people, so we get up early. I'll get up, and usually first thing I need to do is I wake up, make sure our dog is okay, and like, does she need to go potty, or did mom already take her out to go potty, that kind of deal. And then I myself will go use the bathroom, and it'll be, you know, I use the bathroom, I splash some cold water on my face, kind of shake off the night. Actually, before I do that though, I actually will get up and exercise. So the very first thing I actually do when I get up out of bed is I exercise. I am not a, you know, Pilates or a weightlifter or anything like that. I do simple isometric exercises, and I stretch, and I do push-ups, and I do things like that. So I'll get up, I'll exercise, okay, then I check on our dog, then I'll use the bathroom, things like that. When mom is awake, usually what will happen then is my mom, she loves to feed the birds outside, the wild birds, as well as the squirrels. We love having wildlife on our property and in our home when it's peaceful wildlife like that. And so my mom will usually go out and will feed the birds. She has like bird seed. She gives peanuts to the squirrels, that kind of thing. So she'll do that. While she's doing that, I'll usually kind of, as I'm waking up, I'll turn on my phone, I'll check my Discord server, you know, different important things like that. See if anybody texted me overnight that I need to be aware of or whatever. And then when I'm done with that, it'll usually be, okay, Mom, what do you want to have for breakfast? And Mom will do more of her morning routine, and then either we both will cook breakfast or I'll cook breakfast. And the chief star of breakfast is always coffee. So I'll turn on the Black & Decker coffee pot, which I always get the coffee ready for the morning the night before. That way all I have to do is hit a button and make up the coffee, make up breakfast, whatever that might look like. And then actually what my mom and I love to do is to kind of really slow and ease into the day is we enjoy watching YouTube together on our TV in our living room. And so we eat like the Hex eat. We eat in front of the TV. So we'll get together with our breakfast and our coffee, most importantly. We'll go hang out in the living room. I have my chair, Mom's on the couch. And then we'll just turn on the TV. We have a couple favorite YouTubers that we like to watch. And what's funny is we've broken up our YouTubers based on, like, we like these people in the morning, and then we like to watch these people at night before we go to sleep. And so we'll watch our morning YouTubers, like maybe one of them, watch a video, and that usually is a great time to, like, get the day started. We're able to eat our breakfast, you know, take our vitamins and different things like that, enjoy our coffee, and then now it's like, okay, we're awake. And then proceeds the day's activities, whatever that might be. I love being productive. My mom does too. I get that from my mom. So it doesn't even have to be like a big thing that we do. It could just be something as simple as it's an errand running day and we go out and we run our errands for the week. Or, you know, I have my own errands that I do, which include making a video like this. Or it might just be a stay-at-home day and find ways of being productive at home. Clean the house or clean an area of the house. Do yard work. Different things like that. And then if it's a stream day, I'll go into my office and I'll stream, which is insanely fun. And then different things like that. Usually in the middle of the day, around 2 o'clock, we have what we call our afternoon tea, which is our coffee. and we really enjoy that. That's a lot of fun. We'll usually watch something really entertaining at that point in time. So if we have a TV show that we're watching through, or if we have a sermon from church that we want to watch, we will. Right now we're watching Rings of Power. We have not seen the new one yet at time of recording, so please no spoilers. But we were rewatching the first season in anticipation of the second season, so that's what we've been doing recently. And then usually after I stream or after the day's events, we'll usually have what to some might be an early dinner. We usually eat around 5:30 or 6. Sometimes a little bit later, depending on the day's events, and that could be either something that mom has cooked throughout the day and it's ready for dinner time, or it's something that I make on the fly for both of us. At that point, we'll have dinner. Somewhere in there might be like I need to take a bath, or whatever, one of us bathes, or whatever, regular life stuff. Throughout the day I'll do more exercise, different things like that. And then eventually it boils down to kind of the evening routine, which is after I've said goodnight to, friends I might be texting, or my loved ones, or things like that. It'll be like, okay, let's wind down, and mom and I will either turn on a movie that we want to watch, or we turn on our YouTubers that we'll watch at nighttime. And my mom has a lot of pain because of a lot of different medical issues that are going on. She's had issues in her arm because she broke her wrist many years ago, and her wrist wasn't set right, so that causes her a lot of pain. She has a lot of pain in her back, a lot of pain in her neck. So usually what I do is we use like CBD cream or a menthol kind of cream. And if there's something that she's just in a significant amount of pain, I'll usually give her a little massage with that stuff to help alleviate the pain a little bit, to help her to sleep. And we'll be watching YouTube as we do that. So it might be I rub her lower back, or maybe I rub her neck, or maybe I rub her wrist, or something like that. And so that's kind of like what we do to ease into everything. And of course too, there's always animal care, caring for, our dog, feeding our dog, making sure she's okay, playing with our dog, different things like that. And so, yeah, that's kind of the gist and the more consistent things that occur for us, in a daily routine. And, I absolutely love it. I love living simply. It makes me happy, and it makes me feel peaceful, and I'm grateful for it. Another question from the Discord, which I think is really cool, from NetTester68, who is a member of the Twitch and Discord community. Question for voice acting. Adventures in Odyssey in particular, since I listened to much of that with my godsons when they were younger. How were you offered your role of Maury Rydell on Adventures in Odyssey? Did you have to audition? How much time do you spend recording an episode? Thanks. So that's a fantastic question, NetTester. Very, very much love it, and I greatly appreciate you for asking it. So regarding voiceover acting, that is an animal that is definitely more unique. Every audition process is usually different depending on the project. Regarding Adventures in Odyssey, if I remember it correctly, they had the role that was sent out to different agencies to audition for the role. And so what ended up happening is I received the audition from my agent, and I recorded the audition at home, and I sent in my take to the producers for Adventures in Odyssey. I did, and they really liked me. And so what they ended up doing, because they're based in Colorado, is they called me with the callback. And so for the callback audition, they had one of the assistants at the production company read opposite me, and the producers listened in over the phone as I was able to do another take with them. And that was the point in time where they could give notes and see how I could change my presentation of the character and things like that. And then from that point on, they had hired me, and they wrote my agent, we'd like to hire him for the role, yada yada. And then I was able to begin working with them, and that was years ago now, which I'm so grateful for. That is such a fun project, and it's to this day the consistent project that I'm still working on in the industry. And I absolutely love everybody at Adventures in Odyssey. They're so much fun. And then for recording an episode, that is something where they are so much fun, because what they like to do is they record it as if we're doing a theater performance. So they will bring in pretty much any and all of the actors that are in the episode, and we go systematically scene by scene through the episode to record and film the episode. And it's so much fun. Oh, it is such a pleasant time. It is such a wonderful experience to be able to work with them all and be able to work with all of the other actors in the booth, because we can feed off of each other, right? And our energy and our presentation and our inflection, we can really enjoy. Other projects like the Lion Guard, because none of our schedules could match up, because all the other kids were students at that point in time, and I was an adult by then. We had to record by ourselves and only read opposite our voice director, Kelly. And so, in Adventures in Odyssey, it's literally like a theater performance, and we go from the beginning of the script through the end of the script systematically. And that is a ton of fun. Depending on that episode, it could range anywhere from taking about maybe 3 to 4 hours, all the way out to a full 9-hour day. With a lunch break in between. So it's a ton of fun. It is such an amazing project to be a part of, and I've been able to meet amazing actors and actresses while working on this show. I've even been able to meet the voice of Winnie the Pooh and Eeyore on this show. So, like, it's like you guys are my childhood, you know what I mean? So, such an amazing time. That was a fantastic question, Net Tester. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Okay, let's do one more. Let's do one more, and then we'll call it for this episode. My camera was mean and it cut me off. I have a list of amazing questions from you awesome people who are on YouTube. This is kind of the Discord episode because they didn't get any questions answered in the last episode. But I will definitely be going back to you YouTube people for the next episode. But last question comes from the Discord server as well. This is from Suitable Jinx on the Discord server. And she says, what are your favorite holiday, any holiday, traditions? Can be things you do, foods, decorations, movies, etc. Fantastic question. It is so cool being able to live in the same region that I grew up in. I'm within driving distance to pretty much all of the things that I grew up with. And I like that. Unfortunately, everything around me has changed profusely to the point where it's not recognizable anymore. But there are certain things that are very precious to me that do still exist. And I'm going to name 2 Christmas time holiday traditions that I cherish, that I adore. One of them, and I don't know that this one is actually still happening anymore. I think I read that they've ceased to do this. But there's a Methodist church that's within driving distance from me. And they do what is called a living nativity. And it's where you're able to go to the church, and in the parking lot, they have set up the full gospel as far as the nativity portion of the gospel. So, what happened when Mary became with child with Jesus, leading up to Herod's decision, and them going and staying at the inn. There was no room at the inn, and then them baby Jesus being born in the manger, etc. That was very poorly spat out by me. Please forgive me. That was a bunch of word vomit, but you get the point that I'm trying to make. It's the nativity. If you know what the nativity is, you know. If you don't, read your Bible. Anyway, so they had that for the longest time. It was a Methodist church, and it was really, really, really sweet hometown, put together the best that they could. And these dedicated people standing out in the cold, because in December it's cold everywhere, at least in the northern hemisphere, and doing this nativity and doing it so well. And I love doing that. And I can remember back in the day when I was really, really young, and CDs were a new thing, and not every car had them, so they would actually offer you a small CD player with the CD loaded up in it that you could play as you got to every booth as you drove in your car through the parking lot to go through the Living Nativity, and be able to hear the story, hear that aspect of the gospel, and it was just such a beautiful Christmas tradition that I got to do with my mom all throughout growing up. And it was such a blessing for me. And again, I think that this particular church is no longer doing that. And that's sad because actually their quality of it deteriorated in recent years. And then now I just think that nobody has an interest in that sort of thing now, which is very heartbreaking and quite frankly wrong. But then my other favorite tradition is that we have a near-ish to us. We have to drive to get there, but we're able to. There is a street that the entire neighborhood is devoted to putting up Christmas lights and like the most beautiful presentation of Christmas lights possible. And the whole neighborhood is decked out in these gorgeous light displays. And I mean, we're talking about neighbors interconnecting their lights across the street, creating a literal wonderland, and they call it a wonderland. And it's funny because everybody gets involved. There's even a Jewish family there that has like a Star of David and the blue and the white from the flag of Israel in their decorations. Like, they go all out, and there's themes, and there's they have these old wooden boards that are painted, and every house has a different page out of the Night Before Christmas poem. And as you drive and you make the loop around this cul-de-sac, you get to read that as you get to see all these different lights and these displays and things like that. That is still going on, thank God, knock on wood. And it is a beautiful, beautiful display, beautiful tradition. It's one of my earliest Christmas memories that I've ever had. And that's a tradition that Mom and I do, is somehow, some way we will acquire hot chocolate, and then we jump in the car, we make the drive down to where this street is, and then we wait in line behind a ton of cars that are coming and experiencing the place, and we get in and we just live out the magic. And it's so beautiful. There'll even be families that do live music. Like, there's some musically talented families there, and they'll have like a little fire pit in their driveway, and they'll play the fiddle, and they'll play Christmas carols. Other people will have like speaker setups, and they'll play classic Christmas music and Christmas rock and stuff like that, like Jingle Bell Rock, you know. And it's just such a beautiful, magical time. It's one of the only times now that I feel the magic of Christmas, is when I get to go to that street with my mom and do that as a tradition. So that's a very, very special time for me. It's really cool. I'm curious, for all of you who are in the rest of the world here that I have access to through the internet, do any of you amazing people have any traditions like that? Do you have any light shows that are near you? Do you have any traditions, foods, whatever it might be? Doesn't even have to be for Christmas, like Suitable Jinx said. It could be for anything. I think that's a beautiful topic to discuss down in the comment section below, and I hope that you will share that with everyone. I'd love to have us all partake in that and see that. Well, my dear friends, that's going to do it for today's episode. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me. It is such an amazingly fun time. I can't wait to see you all in the next one, or the next Twitch live stream. Again, link for that is down in the description box below, as well as a link to my Cameo page. If any of you want a personalized video shout out from me for yourself or for your loved ones, please book me on Cameo. I'd love to put a smile on someone's face and just bring some joy to your day. It's always a pleasure to me, and I thank you every time you give me an opportunity to do so. You guys are amazing. Anyways, cool people, be well. Hit that thumbs up button, comment down below, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, and be sure to share this video on all your social media. Popeyes, you did excellently this round. Greatly appreciate you, Popeyes. Thank you very much. All of you be well. See you in the next one. Do widzenia.
I just want a great life, something